All right, hello and welcome back as we are getting ready now for our second game of the night as we are going to have the Calgary Chugs up against the Miami Nocturnal Hurricanes. Hoping for a good series here, but even less than the last one, I am not so sure. Of course, the records don't reflect that, but we'll get there. As you can see, Calgary sitting at 1-2, Miami 0-3 with Calgary getting that very convincing win in their last series. Then moving over to this one. I'm good, Vice. That's a lot of channel points, though. As we only have sweeps this week, and unfortunately, I'm not sure if that's going to change here, but hey, we can hope. Looking at our standings, then, two teams sitting at 4-0. We'll see later tonight if Chicago can rise up to 4-0 as well, or if they'll meet with Santa Carla 2 steps below, or rather 1 step below. Then, of course, we got New York, waiting to see if Calgary join them, or Santa Carla, either one can. And then we got Miami trying to avoid going 0-4. Got a little bit of lightning in there, or thunder rather, of course, but that's okay. As looking at our stats, Remy is the key player for Calgary, although he is tied with Matt. And then it goes over to Stewie for Miami. In terms of averages, they are a 4-1-1 split in favor of Calgary with a tie. Never mind, I did not. Yeah, that should not be tied. That is just a 4-2 in favor of Miami. And nope, in favor of Calgary. Give me just one moment to get that changed. And I don't care if they join during this time. It will be getting changed, and there's nothing that they can do about it. As all in all, the record does not tell the story, is the summary for this Calgary team. As bang, there you go. As they are 1-2, but first week they didn't have Matt or Remy. Second week didn't have Matt. Third week they had both. They swept. And they swept a respectable Havana team as well. So, in summary, Calgary are an incredibly strong roster right now. And they formed their roster a little bit late. And so they had a slow start until they got it built. So, with all that said, the records look a little bit close. The averages are a little bit more one-sided. And I would expect this game to probably be a little bit more one-sided. But we will see once we get there. As we are waiting on one team to get in. And I was messaged to say that a player would be a little bit late. I don't know how late, but we'll see. And we will hope that it is not too long. So, kind of like the last series as far as a prediction, I kind of just have to say Calgary 3-0 and go next. But we'll see if we can get something a little bit closer, as I think the last series definitely surprised us a little bit, so why can't we believe in this one? Answer is probably just kind of player diff, but hey, if a team isn't playing on their game, then they can get surprised. But yeah, I mean, Calgary, I don't think they were incredible last week, but they played a strong game and were simply the better team. And I think when this team is on, they can dice around you, outplay you, everything you expect from the Florida of Season 1, the OKC of Season 2, that type of team, which also had Matt and Vice on it. So I think a little bit familiar to the league, but in an especially strong position in this season. And we'll see how it plays out. As, yeah, I think, as was talked about in the Discord server, a couple of channels, that I think the question with this team will be, what do they look like when they get tested? And I think New York are kind of like a step up. That, okay, this is a pretty good squad. How do you look against them? Are you still dominating? Then 2 weeks after that, they'll play up against Chicago and Lincoln back-to-back. That will be the real tests for this team. And so I think the question is just, do they remain dominant up until that point? And then how do they look in those matches? But of course, we won't know until then, and so we can only look at the checkpoints of can any team take them down? Does anyone have the strength to battle and just shut down all of their momentum? But, of course, that can only be answered on the field, and we are still waiting on one of our teams. I believe a player is trying to eat, and then they will hop in, and we will get this one underway. Hoping that it won't be too long, but of course, you never really know. And honestly, it is really interesting to me, kind of how, no Vice. Nuh-uh. Win your game 3-0 then. Nope, you cannot. But, it's interesting to me kind of how, like, centralized the stats are for Calgary. Nope. As obviously Remy also spent some time on Sanhachi, but that was 1 week. And then against Hanoi, he was kind of the only one with a controller, it seemed like. But even still, like, it is just shocking that Matt and Vice have been so quiet this season. And obviously Vice, or Matt more specifically, by the way, if it was like a forfeit, the payout, the prediction would not get paid out. It would get deleted. But where I was going is Matt obviously has been still a pretty strong like team player. He's been getting the assists, getting the saves, getting some demos, but just generally it does feel like a quiet season so far for both Vice and Matt. And so we'll see that it really seems like, especially in those tougher games, we will obviously need to see all three play in the game. And so the question is just going to be, as they get more comfortable and more playtime in with this roster, will we see them clean it up and all start to go off a little bit? Or will it stay centralized around one person? Or where will we go? But again, still a mystery. We're still waiting. This is... okay. Now he's in the call. So I'm assuming that they're going to get in the game eventually. But, I mean, they got 2 minutes. They got 2 minutes. So, you hope they'll get in the lobby. But, we'll see. Probably not going to cut this out of the YouTube. So, hey, YouTube. You know, we stayed pretty on topic through all of this wait, even though it's a bit of a long one. But finally, it has run its course, and so we are good to go as we now load in for game number 1. It'll be Calgary on the blue side and Miami on orange. Everything's pointing to a Calgary sweep, but will that be the case, or will Miami shock the league? Game number 1 now underway. Hoping for a good match. But as I just said, probably not expecting one. Either way, we will see, as it's Stewie up early, but Matt makes the save. Vice now trying to 50 it away. It'll fall back to Matt. Matt looking for a teammate. Stewie dives in. It's pushed off the side wall. Remy now a big clear. Sweezy will play it up towards the side. Zach now trying to get it down into the corner. This one 50'd out. Sweezy there. It's popped out towards the center. Stewie will win the 50, but it is off target. Complete Miami control so far, but nothing on the scoreboard, and so Calgary can kind of shrug it off, at least for the moment. As Stewie drops this one down, bouncing away again. Sweezy won't get there, and there's the mistake. Vice makes them pay. 45 seconds of complete Miami control, but then it's one mistake. It is in their net, and now they must play from behind, and all of the control has immediately flipped right to the other direction. Zach now faking this one down. It's flicked forward. Remy now sending it the other way. Matt in the air. Reset down. Looking for the follow. Won't get back to it. Remy now it bounces straight back down. Zach trying to get it out. Matt now in the air, down off the ceiling, bouncing in. Vice is there. It's 2. The floodgates have opened, and it's 2 goals for the Chugs. As just over a minute in, they are now well in control of this series. Stewie not going to be able to follow that one. Matt's touch, though, a little bit awkward as now Stewie will get by one more. Looking for the pass down. It'll bounce out in front. Sweezy tries to get it in. It would have been wide, and Vice sweeps it away anyway. Now the long clear. Matt is up. Won't get much there. Bouncing away again. Sweezy still trying to follow it down into the corner. Now off the back wall. Matt will clear it away. Bouncing downfield again. Stewie over off the right side. Pinched downfield. Vice now bumped off that one again. Remy won't get a piece. Matt will. And it's 3-0. He gets demoed as it crosses the line, but he gets the credit all the same. And Calgary aren't ceding anything here. Over 3 minutes left to go, so definitely still a good chance. Well, a good potential for a comeback here. But, end of the day, not looking very good. Again, I just think matchup diff, that this is such a strong series for Calgary. And so if we had seen Miami take advantage of that pressure and get a goal on the board, I would have believed. But as soon as then that mistake comes through and it flips the other way, it has just completely pushed in favor of blue. As Calgary add on goal number 4 while we're talking there, as it was Matt again. As Remy asked for some points, but Vice doesn't want to give them to him. He cuts him off before the save. So he's now trying to flick it downfield. Remy is under. He has 20 points. That is a little bit gross, but I mean his team's up by 4. What can you do? Vice now down the right wall. Remy, he's just diving at whatever. Like that's probably not a good touch for him to take, but +2, you know, worth. I mean, all of a sudden, now that he called it out, he is on the ball every single time. I think it was a tough shot, but I choose to believe that Vice chose to fake that so that he wouldn't give the assist to Remy. Remy now downfield again, though. Matt pass to Vice, shot is high. Remy has a shot, but it floats up high, and it's cleared away by Stewie. Now downfield again. Matt trying to follow it up, puts it on, and it goes in. He did need one more touch, but he finds it, and it's a hat trick on 4 shots for Matt. Said his season was a little bit quiet. Well, so far in this game, I do believe he has gone ahead and doubled his goal total from 3 to 6 on the season. So I'd say it's looking a little bit better for now. Now over off the side wall again, and it's just kind of a free shot for Vice to make it 6. Remy now looking for another play out, dropping back down, looking for it forward. It's off the bar. But nothing really there. Now there could be a counter. Remy's getting bullied, but he makes the play. Now passed back again. Stewie looking for a shot, and he finds it. That breaks the shutout. Does put us on Barca watch. But, I mean, if nothing else, at least it is back to, well, it's a goal on the board. It's back to a 5-goal lead, guys. It's well within reach, as that pinch attempt also could lead to something, but Sweezy's follow-up is saved away as well. Now this 150 away again. Sweezy trying to get it around, now rolling away. Remy trying to 50 it out, looking for a bump. Stewie's there. It seems like Calgary have kind of taken their foot off the gas a little bit is allowing Miami some pressure and some shots the other way, but at least, unless they give up like 3 or 4 more, nothing that is too concerning about the state of the game. Remy trying to catch this one, can't cut it back towards the net, will get demoed, but Vice is there to take it instead. Back now trying to get it around, popped up in the air. Remy trying to pass this one back out. Vice is there. It's bar down. Still not trying to give Remy the assist as he has 0% goal participation. And now the time begins to run down. So, of course, the game did slow down a little bit in the later stages, but doesn't matter nearly at all to the result of the game as Calgary kind of cruised their way. They will give one more up, which does pretty much just mean that we're going to play another kickoff. It, of course, does also help the goal differential for Miami just a little bit, but not going to matter all that much at the end of the day. As we will play this kickoff, there's probably about half a second left to go, so it'll probably pretty quickly end. And there you go. Almost got up the wall, but not quite. And that will be a game number 1 win for Calgary as they outshoot them 12-8. Probably a little bit closer than I would have guessed, but that's probably just because the late parts of that game were quite a bit more even. And so as we get ready now for game number 2, it will be Calgary 1 game ahead. And so we wonder, is there a world where Miami can fight back? Can they surprise us? And I think we need to see not only pressure like game 1 return, I think we need to see Miami score first. I think as soon as Miami need to play from behind, that's just an advantage. Well, okay, cool. There you go. Fantastic start as Sweezy, good control, guides this one around the outside, and then just 50s it right in with Vice. And so 6 seconds in, there's your early lead. So that was honestly the maybe harder part, but now we need to see him keep pressing. I think they certainly will need more throughout the game, but they need that goal to kind of put them on the front foot and allow them to actually play the game. Because it felt like in the middle parts and through the majority of game number 1, Miami just couldn't do anything. They maybe got a clear, but then it was just another shot, another goal, just nothing they could do to stop it. And so they need to stop Calgary from settling into that rhythm. And of course, now that they're down a goal, there's a little bit more threat, a little bit more desperation needed there, or they can't quite play as safe or as organized. So maybe that'll help, but we will need to see more, as that could have been a shot, I think, for Stewie, but he puts it up high in the end. Sweezy trying to pass this one out again. Blocked to the side by Matt. Zach trying to play it back in. That will get by the defender, but Vice is able to catch it for free. Won't get the flick, though, as now Stewie bangs it downfield. Zach, that boost spawning just a second too late. Matt will retreat for his corner as Remy takes control of the ball, trying to stay with it. He'll run out of boost. Did he get a reset? No, he did not. Now played across again. By the way, I did see the RLCS are playing with the flip indicators, which of course makes sense. To me, from a spectator point of view, it looks a bit too cluttered. So I'm very much leaving it off. But I mean, we can change that if it is so desired. As this one is bouncing down wide. Sweezy trying to force it across. Remy now will get that corner boost as Vice will pop it up. Might be Remy to play it, but he'll choose to be patient. Zach now off the back wall. He'll drop straight down to Matt, and his catch will go to Remy. Remy now towards the side wall. He'll get a pinch out. He will jump to follow, but doesn't have the boost to get back to it. Now it skips back off him as Matt will dive in. He'll center it out. He'll get another dunk, trying to keep it awkward. Vice though a little bit too high up. Now bouncing away again. Remy bangs it forward. Vice to knock it down. Won't get a piece of it. Now sent the other way. Matt trying to catch it back. He'll try to pop it out. Now floating up in the air. Stewie will send it over to the left side. Zach to play it back forward. Sweezy, the shot caught down by Remy. Important to remember through all of this, we have seen Calgary get a good amount of pressure, but it's still a Miami lead. Again, this is what we needed, as this game has been so much more even, and it's just held that 1-0 difference. Now, that could change in an instant And I almost do expect it to. I'm going to be very surprised if Miami can win this game 1-0. But as of now, it's still a possibility. And this one's played across high in front of the net. A little bit awkward on that touch as well, as now Miami start to get awkward. Vice dropping it down. Stewie can get there for a 50. Sweezy now picking this one up, looking for a cut. He'll get a demo, but Matt able to get a block. Zach now up again, puts the shot on, but Remy able to respond. Remy now a very advantageous 50. He is low on boost, but he'll leave it to Matt. Matt now up high. Stewie won't reach it. 50'd out. Vice is there, and it's a tie game. Vice finds the gap in the defense. A good pass out by Matt, of course. And Calgary finally find their responses. I think Stewie ended up catching a piece of that and almost pushing it through despite his teammates' effort of clearing it. And so now 95 seconds left to go. All tied up. And in game one, as soon as we saw that first Calgary goal, it all fell in their favor. Will we see the same? Or can Miami find something back to get this game in their favor? This one rolling back, but blocked out by Stewie. Matt, though, racing in. He'll bang it forward. He'll look for a bump, but won't find it. Remy now in the air. He'll look for a double, and he'll get it down. That'll make it awkward for Zach. Vice now under it. No boost, but he has a dribble. He'll cut. Matt will take control. Matt towards the back wall. Dunked away by Zach. Now pushed off the side again. Matt over towards the left wall where Sweezy will catch it. Now he'll dive away, though. Gives Matt a free touch. He'll bang it around the corner looking for another dunk, but Stewie gets it out. Now forced down again. Stewie floated away. Remy out off the corner. Sweezy behind it. It's bouncing down, and it'll bounce away. 30 seconds left to play. This one still all tied up. That shot's threatening, but it is not quite in. Now cleared away again. Remy knocks it down, but it'll bounce out off the back wall. Zach trying to wait under it, looking for it down. Vice plays it over to the side. CG now in the air. Remy looking for a play. Pass across. Vice is there. Dunked out to the side again. Matt now under it. That shot goes wide. Sweezy to Zach. Time read 0. Will we see a late game winner? That touch appears to be a no. And we head on to overtime in game number 2. Sent out to the side here. Remy gonna play it in again. Now bouncing down. Matt is on it, but won't get anything there. Zach now to send it downfield. Remy trying to hold control of it. Matt trying to get it away. Stewie still waiting under it, but Matt will play the 50. He'll get it all the way downfield. And now the question is, can he get it centered? Beats by 1, but there's a long clear the other way as Miami break out. Stewie diving in, gets it centered. Bump there on Remy, and a miss as well, but Sweezy wasn't confident enough to dive. Remy now trying to play it the other way. That one rolled over to Vice, and the demo will help to give him space. Sweezy now playing it backwards, but Matt can get there. Bouncing out, Zach uncontested. Remy now leaving it back. Zach dunked in by Vice. Stewie now up, around the corner. Remy trying to get away, a little bit awkward, but no one's there for it. Vice awkward on that one as well, but Matt again just playing it the other way. Calgary, we're definitely seeing moments where they're getting awkward, where it feels like Miami could punish them, but so far, they just aren't getting punished, and then we're seeing some pretty good recoveries in order to just get it the other way. This one, though, dunked right back into the Calgary corner as we spent a lot of time down here, but Remy finally trying to break out. Zach now up towards the ceiling. Matt will keep it close at the midfield, and he'll get a double up high in the air, where Stewie will play it over to Sweezy. Low boost on Sweezy. He'll just get one catch, and it'll be Remy to play it as Zach got a little bit too close. Can only get a 50. The reset will help him during a second, though, and he'll hold it at midfield again. Sweezy now a heavy clear. Looking for a shot, but it's blocked, and then Vice will sweep it out to the side. Zach letting this one drop. Stewie down into the corner. Remy looking for the play away. Now Sweezy around. Matt trying to clear it down. Stewie is already on it. He'll look for the follow. Bouncing forward. Vice will keep it close. But Vice now loses it. I think a shot on target could have done a lot there, but Sweezy can't find the right angle. Over 2 minutes played, and it's been so much Miami control, but as we saw in game 1, doesn't have to mean anything. As Vice now knocks this one down, bump comes through there. Matt trying to stay with it, around the outside. Stewie will play it away. Remy now down into the corner, trying for a reset, gets it down. Stewie will pop it up off the corner. Vice in next, a pass across, no one can jump. Zach's touch will be caught by Remy as he'll try to keep the pressure for Calgary now. He might just go himself, but he doesn't get the flip. So he has to cede possession. Vice though, the dribble, the flick. He does it himself. And Vice wins the game for Calgary. It was an absolute battle in the end, but in almost 3 minutes of OT, Vice and the Chugs finally get it done. We'll see how the shots look, because I'm honestly interested, as it will be actually tied, I believe, 8-8 for both sides. But of course, that extra goal going the way of Calgary in the end. And so as we begin to look on towards game number 3, it is control in favor of Calgary. They're 1 game away from closing out the series, but will they get it done, or will Miami fight back? That was a much better game, but can they keep that performance up, or will we see Calgary put up something more like game 1 and just kind of end it with a whimper? Remy trying to force this one out. Sweezy will send it back in. That's a big pinch. That's an early goal. Calgary score first. It's Matt behind it. Sweezy looking for a 50, but it goes so far the wrong direction. You can also blame an overcommit, but that is just such an unfortunate 50. And so now, only 10 seconds in, the pressure already monumental for Miami. Need to score at least 2. Something that they did manage to do in game 1, but barely, especially considering the second goal was in garbage time. And then they got to stop Calgary from scoring, which, given that they already have 1, and given game 1, might be a little bit difficult. As this one's banged around the outside again, Vice will try to play it back. Matt now diving in. Remy's there. He finds the far post. It's 2-0. Matt finds a clean pass, and then the finish is just as good. The passing play is clean for Calgary. And the Canadian representatives looking pretty good here. As game number 3 continues to tick away. Sweezy now trying to bring it up the right wall. It'll bounce right back down off the ceiling. Stewie over to the left side. Zach bouncing it up. Now Matt looking to center it out. Looking for a 50 here, but it's sent away. Stewie now trying to back up to it. He'll wait behind it. Looking for a dribble. It's up off the right wall. Double there will go wide off the backboard. And now Zach is trying to get it away again. Staying behind it, looking for a shot. It's out off the corner, and Vice gets the long clear. Stewie now playing it forward. Vice looking to knock it down. Stewie will bang it down off the backboard. But it's Remy to get it away. Remy now keeping control as it's 50'd over off the right wall. Sweezy up off the backboard. Matt trying to keep close. Stewie not quite able to get there. Remy another one downfield, trying to get it out off the corner. Zach a good 50, trying to play it the other way. He'll get a pop forward, but now it's Vice to play it out. Under 3 minutes left to go, and there's a good play and a good burst of hope for Miami. Still a hill to climb, but at the very least, they're within 1. 2-1 now. As Stewie was able to find that shot. And through the darkness, a light begins to just barely shine, but it's gone. The flickering has stopped, and Calgary quickly extinguish it. We'll see if Miami can re-find it, but Remy made short work of that. The air dribble reset, able to just find it down through the net, and is able to put the lead right back up to 2. And now Stewie tries to clear it away again. Zach out to the corner looking for the double, bouncing around. Sweezy will turn and play it. Now Zach up in the air again. Vice trying to 50 it away. Matt will send it away. Vice, the boost spawns for him. He'll cut it back. 50 by Stewie. Remy's still there. Stewie saves again, but they might need another. Up off the side wall now. Matt will drop it down. Sweezy will send it away. Remy trying to keep control. Now bouncing away again. Vice around the corner. Zach trying to keep it close. He'll play it across towards Sweezy. Matt now up around the corner. That one not doing so well. But it'll eventually be Remy on it. Now Sweezy to knock it down. It'll bounce over to the corner where Matt's waiting. He'll shoot. Zach pitches it away. Vice now up next. Down off the corner, looking for the play back. 50 back towards the back wall as now Zach is waiting behind it. He'll look for a 50. Still waiting. 51 by Matt. That'll go all the way down the other way. 90 seconds left to go. And it's looking more and more like Miami just do not have it in them today. It was a good fight in game 2. It was a solid fight in game 3, at least so far. But 70 seconds left to go, still down by 2. Playable, but it just doesn't feel like it's happening. Matt trying to add on, pops it up off the back wall, but Vice a bit too far for a quick shot. He'll look to recenter it as Matt is off the backboard, but doesn't have the boost for a touch. Remy now bounces it out again. Vice not going to reach it. Matt forced to play a bit of defense here. That one shouldn't threaten him too much, though, so he'll get a strong 50 away. So we're now up in the air as we have 40 seconds left to go. And as those continue to run away, it just gets more and more assured that Calgary aren't going to give this one up. And so, it was a well-fought series, as we've said. It felt like there were at least, there's at least game 2 for Miami, right? That we were certainly never going to favor them in this one. And honestly, they made a pretty good show of it. As they will fall short, and they will fall down to 0-4. But I think this is a pretty good squad that gives them a good matchup. And I think they certainly should take at least a series. As that one will, of course, not help. As another one makes its way through for Calgary. So once again, we will have to end up playing one more kickoff. But the result will be the same as the clock will run down to 0. And Calgary take it 3-0. Vice typed that backwards. He did SGG. And then he did it again for emphasis. I'd already taken it out. Yeah, he's going to keep typing it because he knows. He knows what he's done. I'll add a question mark. I typed interview as a command, and that was not my intention. But we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just 1 second. And we are back with Calgary. Pretty clean overall as you guys secure a 3-0 sweep. How does it feel to be back to 500 now?
Honestly, don't care.
Fair. Just the expected win, you're scheduled, go next?
Yeah, I feel like game 1 we showed what we're capable of. Game 2 we trolled a little too hard, and then game 3 we went out there and did what we had to do. We did let them score 1, unfortunately, but we still closed it out with a decent fashion of 4-1.
Yeah, what happened in game 2?
We were trolling a little bit too much. Because after game 1, we went a little crazy. And then we started doing triple pre-jumps.
Okay.
And it kind of carried into game 2. And we didn't fully lock in. And the fact it took us 3.5 minutes to score our first goal wasn't really what we were looking for. So then we had to lock in.
Fair enough. And of course, this obviously you're not looking at the table exactly, but this does tie you up with New York on the standings, and they are your opponent for next week. So how do you feel about that matchup?
We're frying them.
Fair? Just that easy?
We scrimmed them once. We dog walked them. I'm not worried about it.
Fair enough.
Plus,
Just that simple.
Code's a bitch.
Okay. If you say so, man. Like, all right. Obviously.
Congrats to him. He's engaged.
Last thing I gotta ask, obviously, a couple more weeks of data on there. Do you think you guys are the best team right now?
I think when we're playing our game, yes. But if we troll too hard, no. Like even today, we got on, didn't even warm up. Remy was speed running 2 Five Guys burgers, and Matt was probably laying in bed watching some K-drama. And I was talking to the team we were facing. I was just yapping all of them for like an hour. And then we hopped in and played the game. So without even warming up, we showed this performance. So I'm not really worried. I think we are the best team. And when we face Hanoi in the hopefully grand finals, we're going to sweep them.
Hopefully I'm here.
Wow.
True. I mean, playoffs start like May 23rd or something. So,
Yeah, but Matt goes on vacation.
Yep.
Starting like April 18th, and we're fucking try.
Yeah.
Hope he's back.
Hey, man. Oh, I'm gone for like a month, maybe.
Yeah, so we might just be cooked, but I'm not worried about it.
That's our trade. That's a question for later.
Trade Matt for chance, true.
True.
Good call, Kyle. True.
Maybe for you.
I won't go for the first round either. I mean, I could just trade him for Cole Bob.
That's true.
Cobalt was gone as well. Fuck you mean?
Fuck yeah, Cole Bob is on vacation. Doggo, welcome to the Calgary Chugs.
Gulp.
Like nice.
Yeah, I'm stealing Cobalt for that time.
Yeah, make sure we do this payout. I'm trying to get my 10 points.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's about all I have for you guys. So congratulations on the win and good luck next week.
Thanks. Have a good one.
All right, and that will do it for our second game of the night. A pretty quick one as Calgary shut down Miami. Our final score one last time. Calgary 3, Miami nothing. And so a sweep headlines our second game of the night, but our next one might be our best as we're going to close out the Prism week with Chicago versus Santa Carla. We hope to see you back then, but that does it for now. So we'll be live again in about 10 minutes. Game live in 20. See you then. That's it. I'm just lost looping. All good. See you in 20 minutes. You know.